Hey there, third grade scholars, and welcome to today's Explainer. I am so excited to be your host today on behalf of your truly incredible teaching team, Miss Athena, Miss Emily, and Mr. Vicente. Together, we're going to go on this super interactive journey into how our local government actually runs. We'll be exploring the rules of our city, how they get made, and most importantly, how they affect you and your neighborhood. So let's just jump right in. To get our brains warmed up, let's all catch a bubble. Just take a quiet, thoughtful moment right now and ask yourself, what rules do we actually have at school? And, well, who makes them? You know, we have rules like no running in the halls or raise your hand to speak. But why? We have them to keep everyone safe and to make sure things are fair for every single student. Whether it's your amazing teacher or the principal, the leaders in our school community create these guidelines so we can all learn and thrive together. Now, behind the scenes, your teachers use something called demographic planning. Basically, that means they've made sure this exact lesson was built specially for you. It's all about celebrating your unique cultures, your families, and your languages, ensuring absolutely everyone feels fully supported. Before we even open up a textbook or look at an assignment, you are the absolute most important part of this learning journey. Section 1. Meet the 3 branches of government. Okay, so I want you to connect your knowledge of those school rules we just talked about to how a whole city runs. A city is obviously way larger and a lot more complex than a school, right? So it requires a much more structured team. Today, let's master 3 big vocabulary words: legislative, executive, and judicial. These are the 3 branches of our government. And hey, if you process these big concepts better in your home language, absolutely use it. Translanguaging is your literal superpower, and translating these terms into words you already use at home is going to help you grasp these big civic ideas so much more deeply. Moving right along to Section 2, Fresno Local Government, Mayor and City Council. Let's compare those first 2 branches side by side to make it crystal clear how a city operates. The legislative branch is essentially the rule makers. Their whole job is to create the laws. On the flip side, the executive branch is the team that carries those laws out. They're totally responsible for making sure the rules actually happen and are followed in our day-to-day lives. So how does this actually play out right here in our own community? Well, the legislative branch is our Fresno City Council. They are our local rule makers, constantly voting on policies for the city. And the executive branch? That's represented by our Fresno mayor, who takes those policies and executes the decisions to keep the city's operations running smoothly and safely. But wait, there is a third, equally important branch, the judicial branch. Down at the local level, these are the judges in our courts. Now, their job isn't to make the laws or even carry them out, but to interpret them. They look really closely at the rules to ensure they actually protect our neighborhoods and are being applied fairly to everyone in the community. Section 3. Choose your project format and show what you know. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of wait time to think really deeply about your own neighborhood. If you were sitting on the city council, what is one rule you would want to make for Fresno, and why? Maybe it's a rule about building safer crosswalks near your school, or creating more public parks, or ensuring clean water access. Think about what would genuinely help your community thrive. To answer that question, you have 3 fantastic choices for completing your project. You can choose to draw a detailed mind map, create a structured diagram, or just provide a verbal response directly to a teacher. By giving you these 3 choices, we are honoring the different ways you learn. Whether you're a visual learner, a logical thinker, or an auditory processor, just pick the format that feels the best for you. To make sure you feel completely prepared, let's talk about your goal. You need to show that you understand at least 2 out of the 3 branches of government. You need to explain what they do, and you absolutely must include a local Fresno example, like the mayor or the city council. Laying out these exact expectations ensures that every single scholar has a clear, super confident path to mastering this lesson. Section 4. Use your sentence frames to build your answer. We have a fantastic bilingual sentence frame for you to use. It goes like this: the blank branch is accountable for blank because. I highly encourage you to hit pause on this explainer right now and copy this down. Using this frame, whether you write it in English or tap into your home language, will make the reasoning in your project incredibly strong and clear. It gives you the absolute perfect structure to show off everything you've learned today. Let's just quickly review the instructions so the process is super simple and nobody feels overwhelmed. Step 1, choose your project format. Step 2, use your sentence frames to build your answer. And step 3, share your excellent work with a partner or your teacher. It's a really clear, simple, and entirely achievable path to showing your mastery. Section 5, you and your community, because your voice absolutely matters. Let's move into the final portion of our lesson and see how this builds into your actual life outside of school. You see, local government isn't just some abstract idea living in a textbook. It is happening right outside your door, and it directly affects your family. So for this final reflection, here is one last empowering sentence starter for you. The government that most affects my community is because. Remember, your community voices and your personal experiences are incredibly important. The government exists to serve the people, and that means your perspective really matters. We are going to wrap up this explainer with a really powerful question. Which branch of government do you think has the biggest impact on your community? Think about it, talk it over with your family, and get ready to take civic action. Next time, we're going to dive into how citizens can participate through voting and attending city meetings. A huge thank you to Miss Athena, Miss Emily, and Mr. Vicente for creating this amazing lesson. And thank you, scholars, for learning with us today. Catch you next time.